It's not the rice pudding my mother made, and it's not Greek rice pudding. This is Greg's rice pudding. So we start with cinnamon sticks. Most rice pudding recipes have water and milk. I use whole milk and heavy cream. I like my rice pudding creamy. I like it like a pudding. That's why they call it rice pudding. It's not the right way, it's not the wrong way. It's just the way I make rice pudding. I like it creamy and delicious. I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons of salt. I got my rice. We're gonna add the heavy cream to it at this point. It takes about 10 or 12 minutes for this to come to a simmer. We can add our sugar. At the beginning, when the milk is cold, what's going to happen if you're not stirring it is the rice is going to settle and it's going to scorch on the bottom of the pan. See how this is starting to steam? We want to get this to just about before it starts to boil, and then we're going to cut it way down to a low simmer and let this go about 25-30 minutes while we mix it every few minutes. As the milk gets hot, that cinnamon is releasing all its flavor, but we don't have that brown bark in our rice pudding. It's staying nice and white. I've got 4 eggs here. We're going to pour a little bit of our Ugandan vanilla. The rice is close. It's about 6 minutes. We're going to add a half a pound of unsalted butter at the end, just to give it a little extra richness. Again, this is not your grandma's rice pudding. See how much this is steaming now, and we're starting to create some foam here at the top of the surface. This is the point where we go to super low. And now we're just going to barely simmer this, and we're going to let this cook now. And we'll come back to this every 2 or 3 minutes. See how this is just barely bubbling? That's what you're looking for. The cinnamon sticks have opened up, so you know that we've gotten all that beautiful cinnamon flavor in here. The rice is done. So now we take out the cinnamon sticks. We turn our rice pudding off, okay? And we add some of that hot milk to this. This rice pudding is not going to look like rice pudding right now because it needs to cool. As it cools, it'll thicken up. So now we've got this liaison warmed up as we're mixing all at once. The heat is off in our unsalted butter. And then we mix this until the butter is melted and we're all done. And if you did a good job, you should have a clean bottom pot. As you can see, Zach, the bottom of my pan is clean. This tomorrow is going to be pudding. We cover this with saran wrap. And we let it refrigerate overnight. When we cover this, we poke a little hole so it can steam off. All right, this is our rice pudding. Notice how it thickened up. This is my pumpkin spice. It has cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, allspice, and ginger. So it's like a vanilla pudding with rice. There's so many different recipes for rice pudding, but this is the rice pudding I enjoy to eat.